What's a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole. That's the simple definition of a fraction. A fraction is a part of a whole. Now, there are three major types of fraction, which are proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. But before we go there, let me just write an example of a fraction for you. A fraction looks like this: 1/2. Now you can see that that's two parts. The one at the top is called numerator. The number written at the top is called your numerator, while the one down is called denominator. It's called denominator. So the number written at the top is called numerator, while the number written down is called denominator. So let's go back to our types of fraction. So let me start with improper fraction. What's an improper fraction? An improper fraction is a fraction in which the numerator is bigger than the denominator. I'm going to repeat it again. An improper fraction is a fraction in which the numerator is bigger than the denominator. What I'm saying is that an improper fraction is a fraction whereby the number written at the top is bigger than the one that is down. Examples of improper fraction could be 8/2, it could be 12/6, it could be 1000 over 19. So these are examples of improper fraction. So when we now go to another type of fraction, that's proper fraction. So what's a proper fraction? A proper fraction is a fraction whereby the denominator is bigger than the numerator. What I'm trying to say is that when it comes to proper fraction, the number written down is bigger than the one at the top. Example of proper fraction, it should look like this: 2/3. You can see that the one down, the denominator is bigger than the numerator. Something like 7/8, something like 12/36. Now that being done, now the last part of the type of fraction is a mixed fraction. We call it mixed fraction because it has two parts. So a mixed fraction is a fraction that has two parts. It has the whole number and the fraction part. It has the whole number and the fraction part. So examples of mixed fraction could be something like 2 whole number, 1/2, 3 whole number, 3/5. So for today's class, we'll be looking at how to convert fractions to decimals and how to change decimals to fractions. So let's start with fraction to decimal. So we are given fractions in class. How do you change it to decimals? How do you change it to decimals? Please, kindly look at the board. So let's assume we have something like this: 2/5. Change this to decimal. It's so simple. Now you ask yourself the first question: can 5 go in 2? No, 5 is bigger than 2, so 5 can't go in 2. So what do? Write your 0. Once you have written your 0, because 5 can't go in 2, write your 0, put your points. You have included your points, so add 0 here. These 2 turns to 20. So what is 5 in 20? That's 4. So 2/5 in decimal is 0.4. Now let's assume you have something like this. I'm going to give you another example. Let's assume you have 3/6. 3/6. Now, if you look at this fraction, you can see that these two fractions, these numbers, the numerator and the denominator, they have a common factor. So I can reduce it by dividing it with a common factor. You can divide the numerator and the denominator with 3. 3 divided by 3, that will be 1. 6 divided by 3, that will be 2. Now you can divide it further by saying, can 2 go in 0? Put your points, put your 0 here. 2 in 10, that's fine. So 3 divided by 6, fraction of 3/6. 3/6 is 0.5. What if you are giving this? Example 3. Let's say you are giving 5 whole number, 1/4. This is a mixed fraction. Change it to decimal. Now, I said in my definition that a mixed fraction is a fraction that has two parts. That is the whole number and fraction part. This 5 whole number, 1/4, I can write as 5 plus 1/4. Can you see it? You can move on by writing 5. Then, what is 4 in 1? 4 in 1 is not possible. Write your 0, put your point, write your 0. 4 in 10, that will be 2. Remember what? Remember 2. So you are still on mathematics, so write your 0. 4 in 20, that will be 5. So by the time we add these two together, this will be 5.2. That will be 5.25. So I've shown you how to change from fractions to decimal. Now, let me show you how to move from decimal to fraction. How do you move from decimal to fraction? So let's say that you are doing something like this. You are going from decimal. You are doing decimal to fractions. So how do you do decimals to fractions? If you have something like this, it's 0.08. How do you get this to a fraction? It's very simple. All you need to do is this. Go to where decimal is, count the number of decimal points you are going to move to the back of the non-zero number. Let's say that 1, 2. Can you see that we move 2 places? So ignore the non-zero number, you just have 8. Because of the 2 places that we have, just have 1, 2. That will be 8 divided by 100. I can reduce this to the lower side by dividing with what? A common factor, which is 4. 8 divided by 4, that will be 2. 100 divided by 4, that will be 25. So 2 over 25. That's simple as that. Now let's assume that maybe you have something like this. 1.42. 1.42. So how do you do this? The first thing is that identify where your decimal point is. These are where our decimal point is. Now, if you count this like this, 1, 2. Then that will go. We move 2 places, but you must not ignore this one because it's not this is not 0. So you write 142. Now you now remember that we move 2 places, 1, 2. So you go 1, 2. Can you see that? Can you reduce this to the lowest time? Sure. You can divide this with 2. Divide this with 2. 2 in 14, that will be 7. 2 into 1. And 2 in 100, that will be what? 50. If I like, I can change that to a mixed fraction, but I don't think we should do that. Then the last example for today's class. Let's assume you have something like 4.32. What do you do? It's the same way. Count the decimal points, or let me add 1 to it so that you don't say that just 2 decimal places will be 3. What's going on? We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, right? 3. So what do you do? Just write everything 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember that we did 3 decimal places. That will be 1, 2, 3. So our fraction is 4,321 over 1,000. So what kind of fraction is this? Is it a mixed fraction? Is it a proper fraction or improper fraction? If you know the answer, write in the comment box. So you have finally come to the end of today's class. And I believe you've learned 1 or 2 things. You've been able to talk about what's a fraction, that a fraction is a part of a whole. You've been able to mention the types of fraction, that is your proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction. I've shown you that a fraction is made up of your denominator and your numerator. And I've shown you how to change from decimal to fraction and fractions to decimal. If there's any part during the class that wasn't clear, you are free to write it in the comment box and I will respond to you ASAP. So before you go, hit that subscribe button, share, like. Thank you. Bye bye.